What's up, y'all? It's your girl Stacy the Intuitive. Welcome back to my channel. I have a channeled message for you guys that was inspired by a pick a card reading that I just did. I will be posting that on TikTok and YouTube, so stay tuned. But I wanted to go ahead and kind of reflect on the energies that were coming up collectively within all of the readings, which had to do with people anchoring into their true selves, genuinely anchoring in and getting very clear about who they are. I think one of the biggest things that's happening in the world at this time, given everything that's happening on a global scale, things that we are observing from just our own perception of how we're seeing the world, is that we're seeing this huge contrast, right, between like who people are, how we see them, and how we see ourselves. Whether we find ourselves on one side or the other, we know that in reality we're all humans, we're all connected through the same thread, and there is truly no separation. But with what's happening right now, I do feel like this polarization that's happening within the world is allowing us on an individual level, although it is, it feels so corrupted and everything feels so crazy, it's allowing for this internal reflection, this opportunity to really look at who you are, guys. And I think that if you are one of the people who are seeing this and you're resonating, that's such a beautiful thing, because I do want to say, I feel that at some level, the powers that be in this world, right? The influences, even if you don't want to think of them as like personalized, individuals, if you want to think about it as influence, this world is heavily influential on our beingness. We know this, right? We know this. And I feel like there is this call to a lot of us in the collective to individuate and figure out who we truly are, figure out what we truly resonate with, and what feelings and emotions and, what perceptions are evoked within us through the observation of other perceptions and other beliefs and things like that. What comes up truthfully, right? So what I'm seeing personally is this energy where some people are very content and comfortable with the status quo. It supports them in feeling good about themselves. But some people, they want to branch out outside of that because they feel like the status quo takes away from that individuality. It takes away from that opportunity to see yourself as something special or different, right? That doesn't fit into the crowd, right? And I think that the people who are really feeling aligned and attuned to this individuality process, where they want to be able to be themselves and they don't want to infringe upon anyone else being able to be themselves, there's this really special energy taking place where you kind of get to figure out and understand your uniqueness. Your unique perspectives are coming through as you are observing, other parts of the collective, different parts of the collective, and how you personally react to them, how your being reacts to them in a natural way. And this is a beautiful thing, and I really want to offer this message because a lot of us have felt bleak in seeing other people's mindsets and opinions and things take center stage because it feels very oppressive in a way. But let's not let it be oppressive, guys. There is this energy that's available to us at this time for us to, kind of attune to and have this actualizing moment of like, oh my gosh, this is who I am and it's valuable. There's value in your opinions, right? Do not let that perception of devaluation happening outside of you get you to devalue that natural part, right? For me personally, I care about humanity, right? And seeing a time where so many people are like, F humanity, I don't care about humanity, y'all do your, I don't care about y'all, I don't care about your well-being. I feel so valuable, I feel so blessed to have a mindset of care about humanity at a time where such contrast is happening. I now see in a different way the value of caring about humanity. I now see the value in a different way of the way that I think. That is what's happening. And you're being asked to anchor deeply into that, to find your security in that, right? I think that there is this mass sense of insecurity in the world right now, specifically due to the forces that want to make you feel like insecurity is not like security is an inside job, that want to make you feel like that's not how it works. But in truth, if you know that from within and so without, security is an inside job, guys. As long as you can get anchored into who you truly are, as long as you can get anchored into your belongingness in this world, then you are safe and secure. At the very least, you will die feeling safe and secure, even if you feel, you die tomorrow. A lot of people, their security comes from these constructs, comes from polarization, comes from what they impress onto other people, as opposed to this sense of anchoredness in your reality. You have an opportunity right now, unlike any other, to anchor into this sense of self that will be driving you forward, going forward in this world, that will align you to communities in the near future, that will align you to people, that will align you to opportunities that resonate with that resonate with those ideals. And trust that if you don't resonate with what's happening outside of that, the perception that you have of the external, there is a collective there. Whatever it is, I'm not trying to judge either side because I don't have any say in that. I just know how I feel about where I am in the world, in my beingness, and I don't think of it as sides, but there is a contrast happening right now. You can't deny it, right? Or just in life in general. This doesn't even have to be on a global scale. Just you could be experiencing this person to person, right? There's a contrast, like energy that's circulating through the collective. And as you kind of experience this polarization where you don't feel like you resonate with certain things or you don't want to be in those areas, guys, this is where the abundance mindset is coming in. This is where, okay, relying on that ideal that, oh my gosh, I realize that this is something that I feel drawn to. This is an ideal that I feel drawn to, that I feel passionate about in this space. I wonder if there are other people who think the same. Instead of focusing on the people who don't think the same, okay, now what type of community can the people create who think the same? If we can all anchor into that, become solidified in our being, so much so that we are now magnets for that. Because don't forget, this is also an energetic universe, regardless of we want to make it all logistic and stuff like that. But this is an energetic universe, and the energies that you encounter on this universe make a lot of change. A lot of the time, guys, energies come through in our reality in order to get us to anchor in different energies. It's that simple. Like if the energy of change wants to come in, you might start experiencing a lot of changes in a lot of different areas because that is the energy that's anchoring in. Now, if you're wanting to anchor in security and this feeling of self-value, feeling value in where you are, in resonance, okay, if I can start focusing on that as a value within my life, let this beingness start adding value to me. Let me let this sense of self start adding value. Let it be an energetic exchange that I'm experiencing. I emit this energy and therefore I receive it back from the world. Okay? Like I said, the readings that I just did, I noticed this thing where people are kind of having these moments in different ways, right? In varied ways. Please go watch it. It's a pick a card. They're having these moments in varied ways where they're kind of like having like something that's stopping them in their tracks a bit. It's stopping them in their tracks, and it's something that they're looking at. Whatever it is, something that they're looking at. They're in an observational mindset or way of being. And this observation itself is driving forward their next stage, right? It's driving forward their next stage. And the note that I created when I was about to make this video, where I was kind of like, reflecting on the central themes of those readings, it's anchoring into who you truly are. Guys, a lot of you are awakening to the truth of yourself. Even if you've been awakened, it doesn't mean that you've been awakened to the truth of yourself. It doesn't mean that you've been awakened to yourself at the core. It could be that you've been, other pieces have been emerging and parts have been emerging and coming through, and like the picture has been revealing itself. But imagine you finally get to anchor into that truth of who you are, that foundational truth of who you are. Sorry, the focus is off. Okay. Imagine you get to anchor into that for real. And I feel like that's happening for a lot of us. This energy of anchoring into who you truly are. I'm going to go ahead and get some water so that we can kind of, take a moment to pause. You guys should get some water too. But we're anchoring into who we truly are. And this is going to allow you to create an entirely new universe, an entirely new experience. For me personally, I feel that I'm kind of being challenged a little bit to expand beyond the way that I thought reality happens, or that it has happened for me. And the energy is literally just pulling me with it, right? Things that I didn't feel like I could get moving before, now moving. Things that I didn't feel like, I was aligned to, now aligned to, right? It's all becoming true because what? Because I'm aligning to the truth of who I am. It's oftentimes in the deepest contrast that you become so aware of who you are, because you realize exactly who you are not. The people that you don't resonate with, the ways of being that you don't resonate with. So do not get so afraid of seeing so many people that you are not, and start thinking, okay, if I'm not that, then at the very least, at the other end of it, then who am I? How do I feel about that? That's going to be a different experience for everyone. I don't really have a reason or rhyme or a judgment for either side. I just know that this is what's happening, and it's going to change things at a global scale, and you are a part of that change. So get anchored into that so that you can actually start to feel secure on this earth. That is what it's about. That's what it's about. A lot of us, the collective in general, we have created this false sense of security, right, in our immediate environments without realizing the need for a worldly sense or universal sense of security. You know, like what's coming to mind right now is we're talking about this energy of like aliens and stuff in the collective. Whatever you feel about that is whatever you feel, but there is proven knowledge to it. You don't have to go so deep into it and make it your central focus, but those energies are coming through. But it does bring to question your role in the universe as an individual and as it relates to this collective. What part of the collective are you? What part do you resonate with? Okay? So those are the energies that are coming through right now, and it's really trying to get you to look at your place in the world. But one of the most important things about finding your place in the world is like finding security in the world and in your existence, in your beingness, and the fact that you're alive and you literally are a living, breathing, existing being in this multiverse. Okay? So get anchored into your truth, because that is going to have a ripple effect across every single dimension, every single version of you. If you can lock in, oh my gosh, the way that you change the entire trajectory for every single version of you right now. But if you stay in this confusion and this wobbliness, guys, I mean, I feel like there's probably just going to be more and more contrast, more and more chaos, more and more things trying to make you aware. But when you lock in, now you can walk the walk. Now you can talk the talk. Now you can feel like you belong here. You can strut in the place, like, because this is my place. This earth is my place. Okay? So I really hope this resonated. I haven't done a channeled message like this in so long, and it feels so good. These are my favorite messages, guys. But I swear I have not had messages for like quite some time. That's why I've been doing like the readings and stuff and like vlogs and everything, because I just haven't had messages, or I've been telling myself rather that I haven't had messages. But let me anchor into the fact that I always have messages. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. It's like these little shifts that we can be making and understanding who we are and anchoring into this truth of who I am. Like, I channel messages, I do this. Why am I hiding away from it? There are people who don't do this. I don't resonate with the people who don't do this type of introspection or reflection as it relates to the world, and that's fine. But how can I anchor into it as a realizational aspect of me, instead of letting that external perception take away from me and making me feel like I don't belong in some way, or that I'm less than? No, this is good. This is what's going to amp me up. Okay? It should be amping you up. That contrast can be served as a means of alchemy, for you to create something from that contrast that you're seeing. That is how you utilize energy. Take energy, not in a manipulative way, but, you know, utilize the energies that come into you, transmute them, alchemize them into something entirely new. But you know how we create alchemy? By recognizing the value in what it is that we have, right? Alchemy in its most basic form, talk about like turning a metal into something different. Well, it's literally your basic nature that would combine with whatever it is that's going to create that all new picture, right? Or that transmutation that's going to happen through taking that and kind of shifting the energy itself, because it came into contact with you. What role does your energy have in the things that you're interacting with, whether it just be via means of perception or whatever? How are you transforming things around you? Anchor into your energy. That's where your power lies, y'all. I need you to get into it, okay? So thank you so much for watching this, guys. It was so fun to film. I'm really feeling amped up, okay? I don't know where this energy is coming from, but I'm applauding it for all of us, okay? I will see you guys in my next video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you're anchoring into. That's what I want to know. What are you anchoring into right now? What have you realized about yourself? I want to know, okay? In being able to perceive you, maybe I perceive another piece of myself. And being able to perceive me, maybe you perceive another piece of yourself too. Okay, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Mwah.